Hello, I'm Audrita. Welcome to my presentation. Today's wastage is tomorrow's shortage. Roughly one-third of the food produced for human consumption gets lost or wasted globally, which amounts to about 1.3 billion tons per year. The escalation in food waste generation has raised environmental red flags at international, national, and local levels. Australia is one of the largest contributors in generating food waste, discarding an estimated 4.6 million tons of food every year. More specifically, the average New South Wales household throws out $1,036 of food every year. That makes up 38% of their food consumption. That costs $2.5 billion on food that was not even consumed. This massive generation of food waste has a diverse impact on environment. The wasted food resulted in landfill, which is the second largest source of methane and carbon dioxide emission in Australia, causing greenhouse effect. Behind every calorie of food consumed or left to rot, there is an oily aftertaste left behind. But more than just devouring oil, industrial agriculture is destroying the fertility and the regenerative nature of soil, degrading precious ecosystems and guzzling valuable water resources. The use of tree felling, clear cutting, and chemical additives in agriculture destroy the earth's regenerative and sustainable properties and deplete soil 20 times faster than the nature can restore it. So, food waste does not only mean loss of calorie, but represents a waste of resources used in production, such as land, water, and energy. Wasted food is a potential loss of resource itself. This loss can be described as a cycle. A tendency of waste creates excessive demand to increase production that upsurges water, land, and fuel consumption. The change in the use of land results in loss of biodiversity, causing deforestation and eutrophication. These diverse impacts initiated the research that rationalized how converting food waste into renewable energy could be a viable waste management process to reduce the environmental impact of food waste and promote sustainability in New South Wales. What is food waste? It refers to the decrease of food in subsequent stages of food supply chain intended for human consumption. In simple words, the reduction of food from field to fork. It can be divided into three categories. These are avoidable, possibly avoidable, and unavoidable food waste. Unavoidable waste requires a resource recovery process that can be done through composting and conversion. Conversion consists of two types of process, thermal and biological. I will go through the process of elimination to find out the most effective viable solution for the problem. For the inquiry, I use pragmatic approach that involves both qualitative and quantitative aspects acquired from credible sources refined through website evaluation rubric. Initially, I searched through Google Scholar using the keywords and found the scholarly articles and books access to Curtin University Library research and government reports to be helpful. I am having difficulty processing the large scale of data within specific word and time limit. I will use charts and comparison to present the data in a concise yet effective way. Food waste accounts for 62% waste disposed to the landfill. In New South Wales, 52% food waste was recycled and the rest went to landfill. 1 million tons of food waste is dumped in landfill in New South Wales each year, which is equivalent to 0.97 million tons of carbon dioxide causing greenhouse effect. 75% of surface water and 73% of land areas being used for food production in New South Wales that lead to loss of biodiversity, causing deforestation and eutrophication. The gap between recycle and disposal requires a resource recovery process such as conversion. The conversion process uses the wasted food to be converted into energy and creates byproducts. It prevents food waste from going to landfill, the energy is reusable, and the byproducts can be used as fertilizer, replacing chemical fertilizer. I need to investigate further into the ongoing waste management process in New South Wales and perform a comparative study on different conversion processes to find out the most effective one. The inquiry will be suitable for Year 6 as they are learning the process of inquiry through locating, curating, synthesizing data and evaluating to reflect the hypothesis that is similar to my inquiry process. The topic is relevant to the chemical and physical science knowledge as per their ability to classify the contrast of observable changes to material directly links to the different conversion process. Students' awareness of energy transformation will give them a better understanding about how conversion of food waste generates energy that can be reused and help them to grasp the diverse effect of food waste generation and its relation to water and fuel consumption. Thank you.